Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. How are you? We are ready for our session 15. Let me tell you that I think this is the session before the final. Next week, I think that we will have the final class. I mean, actually, classes just next week. And we will say goodbye to the semester, of course, after the final exams. But we are almost saying goodbye to the last semester of 2021, and we will welcome 2022. So it's crazy how fast time goes. Who is here? Let me know who is here. Please tell me. I am always here, happy to read your comments. Hello, Paola. Hello, Anthony. Magali. Mauri. Jesús Yair. Hello, Dulce. I see some people is absent today. Interesting. I hope. I hope they join us. Even even if it is not, exactly at 4, but I hope they join us. Hello, Sergio. Miguel Ángel, welcome. Luis Adrián, hi. Okay, I already gave you time to arrive, time to connect. So I think it's time to begin. And if you didn't have the chance to eat, then we need to begin so you have the chance to go and have a tasty meal. Hello, welcome, Alexis. And let's go. Hmm? Welcome to your week 15 of your subject cause and effect. And you know me. Today is November 10th of 2021. And it is amazing that we are on the last month of the year. It's really really crazy. It makes me think. I, I don't know if that happens to you, but in my case, I begin thinking about everything that happened on the year. And sometimes I get a little bit nostalgic due to all the things that happened on another year. Let's go with the objectives. We have some objectives. Well, of course, we're going to talk about our week 14, what happened during our week 14. We are going to talk about the activities for this week and points that are pretty important to remember because remember I told you the topic we're checking right now, it's kind of tricky, it's kind of complicated, and it might require a little bit more of effort and a little bit more reviewing. We are also talking about the product for your week 15. Mhm. So let's go with a very beautiful lesson. And in the previous session, we were talking about the passive voice. And I want you to tell me, I want you to remind me, when do we use the passive voice? This is an example. Uh, Sophie was sold the clothes by the shop. The shop sold the clothes to Sophie. Do you remember when? When do we use the passive voice? I am giving you the example, but I want you to tell me what's the use, what's the purpose. Come on, boys and girls, tell me what's the use of the passive voice. Very good. And I'm sorry about the noise. That's my dog, and someone's passing by the street, and she always makes a lot of noise when somebody is like near her house. So I'm sorry about it. But yes, Sergio, thank you. Focus attention on the person or thing affected by the action. And we are focusing on the thing. On the thing that it's receiving the action. That thing is more important. The object is more important than the subject, says Anthony. Yes, Anthony, exactly. And Louis says to focus on who receives the action. It's yeah, and the, well, we can say to focus on the object, so we don't get confused with you know the the subject, that in this case it's not gonna be the subject anymore. Thank you, Sergio, Anthony, and Luis. Exactly. And the feedback about our week 14, that it's a very important point. Well, let me tell you that an excellent pronunciation. And I think that's fantastic because you are almost in the last level of your English levels, at least here in UAEH. So it's very important to pay attention to that. But I think you have no problems with pronunciation, and that's fantastic. And I need to tell you congrats because you have a really good pronunciation. Fantastic edition in your videos. I really like watching your videos. I, I really like watching your products, but I think videos involve like a little bit more of things that you need to do. You need to plan and take care of everything you're going to say, and then you need to check everything related to your voice, using your voice, or just using your image, just showing yourself. But I recommend you not to just show yourself, you only you on the video. The option that I have, if you want to be on the video, it's to be on the video and live like um be on the video in one part, and on the other part you can play the images and everything you need to play, for us to see. Because in a video the images and all the visual things are really important. How you're using that, it's really important. Of course I want to see you, but I want to see how you illustrate your ideas, and that's the idea of asking you for videos. So be careful with that. Fantastic edition, but remember, always use something else. You can be on the video and also play the images and illustrate everything. Amazing points stated and most of you research to be able to support your video. In things like this, when we talk about rights and things that maybe are related to politics and everything, sometimes we need to research a little bit. And I think you did it. I think no problems with that. Just be careful not to make your video private. There's an option that says oculto. In Spanish, it's oculto. And it means that only someone with with the link it's going to watch the video. So you don't have to worry about somebody finding your video or something like that. But you only need to make your video private. hmm Well, hidden. You only need to activate the option of oculto. Be careful to include all the required aspects. We were giving you some questions to take into account and to mention to develop all your ideas. So just be careful with covering the points, and I think you will be perfect. Include future passive voice. I know it was like a little bit time consuming thinking on how can I include that, in which point am I including that, but you can do it. You can do it. Just remember to include it. And I think that's all related to your video for week 14. And we need to remember this session, it's also about passive, but I want you to check even more examples, even more tenses on passive voice. Maybe we are not using all of them, exactly right now because it's a little bit difficult to use all of them at once in one single moment. But for you to see, for you to recognize, for you to take into account that the passive voice mm, may be used in practically all the tenses possible. So a passive voice has a subject, a verb that has to be in the correct tense according to your previous sentence, the past participle of the verb needed, and complements. Complements. For example, the novel was read by mom in one day. The novel was read by mom in one day. Mhm. The film wasn't liked by no one. And if you see in sentences like this, you can say the film wasn't liked. And maybe you don't need any other because it's like, okay, I know the film wasn't liked. And sometimes it's not like so necessary the part of by no one. And when you don't know who did it, it is possible not to include it. For example, the windows had been broken. The windows had been broken. In this case, we don't need to know who did it. Well, I don't think that's so necessary uh, because the action it's the important thing. Maybe the reason why the windows had been broken, that's the important thing, no? So this is a little bit more about the passive voice. I don't know why there's so much noise outside. Give me a second to try to make it less. Okay, the difference between the active and the passive voice. And this is what I say. Sometimes you omit things in the passive voice because it's not that necessary to know who who is doing that specific action. hmm And when you have an active sentence like someone cleans the office every day, someone cleans the office every day, you need to change it to am, is, or are plus the past participle of the verb. Of course, your object is the office. The office is cleaned every day. The office is cleaned every day. Okay. Then we have my boss. And okay, and you see the office is cleaned every day. And you may add it, but it sounds like repetitive. You just need to know the office is cleaned every day, and that's it. So you may omit the part of someone. Specifically when you don't know, you don't know like really who, when you don't have like the a specific figure. Mhm. My boss doesn't ask me to work late. My boss doesn't ask me to work late. And you go, I'm not asked by my boss to work late. Mhm. And you are changing your sentence to the passive. I'm not asked by my boss to work late. And when we have the past, everything changes. No? Well, many things. Because you need to change your is, for, was, or were plus the past participle of the verb. Someone painted our house last month. Changes to our house was painted last month. Our house was painted last month. Mhm. The noise did not wake me up. The noise did not wake me up. I was not woken up by the noise. Mhm. And here we have two main things that are present and past. But I want you to see how this goes in many, many, many tenses. You know, we may have present simple, present continuous, past simple, past continuous, present perfect, past perfect, future simple, future with going to, modal, and modal perfect. And I don't know why they had the amazing idea of also changing this to passive voice. I think that's pretty strange. But it's possible. It's possible to change it. So let's try to check. I don't want you to, completely learn every single one of them right now, but we need to review them. Mhm. We have in present, well, in present is the one we were reviewing. Present, I make a cake. You say, a cake is made in passive voice. Person continues, I'm making a cake. So you take it and you change it to a cake is being made. A cake is being made. Then we have past simple, that is one that we were checking. I made a cake. So a cake was made. And this is where it may turn out even more complicated when we go to something continuous or something perfect. Past continuous. I was making a cake. A cake was being made by my mom. I don't know. A cake was being made. Mhm. Present perfect. I have made a cake. And in passive, a cake has been made. So we play with the sentences and we add things and we do crazy things with the passive. I have made a cake. A cake has been made. Past but past perfect. I have made a cake. I had made a cake. A cake had been made. A cake had been made. Future that we already saw in last class. I will make a cake. A cake will be made. Future with going to. I'm going to make a cake. A cake is going to be made. Modal. I must make a cake. I must make a cake. A cake must be made. A cake must be made. Mhm. And finally, on this crazy chart, modal perfect. I should have made a cake. I should have made a cake. A cake should have been made. And in some of them, it's only adding but also changing some stuff. So, modals, but also modal perfects. I should have made a cake. A cake should have been made. So, what do you think about this chart? Okay, looks okay to practice. but I feel confused when I see a lot of sentences. Yeah, I know, it's kind of a lot, Sergio. Exactly. Yeah, I know, Dulce. It's complicated because we must add many words. It's just a little bit to try to do it. Looks hard to learn, says Anthony, but yeah, well, we just need to try it. We just need to continue trying on, you know? But we need to do it to see if we are able to, no? If we are able to change from active to passive. mm, we definitely need to do it. It's not like so easy. Mhm. Okay. Here I have here I have another one that might be more concrete to see. In present simple, a salad is made. And you omit the part by me. It's kind of optional, but usually it's just omitted. A salad is made. Present continuous. A salad is being made. Past simple. A salad was made. Past continuous. A salad was being made. Present perfect. A salad has been made. Present perfect continuous. A salad was being made. Has been being made. Okay? A salad has been being made. Past perfect. A salad has been made. And future simple. A salad will be made. Future perfect. A salad will have been made. And we may add this on our learning product for week 15. What's our learning product for week 15? It's a voice recording that, remember, I told you you can use Bokaru or Voice Spice if you just want to record your voice. Well, I know you sometimes like to edit also your voice with something else, so that that's perfect. If you want to add music or something like that, that's perfect. And you're going to record and you're going to explain me how you currently study and the importance of the internet in your academic and personal life. The questions you need to answer, well, you need to think of this: the importance of the internet in your life, academic and personal, because right now obviously we are using the internet for everything. So what can you say about it? And you need to answer also these ones. What does internet mean to you? What websites do you usually visit and what for? What are you using the websites for? What for? How do you usually study using internet? How do you exploit it? Mhm. Are you really taking advantage of the tools of internet? What would you suggest to students with regard to internet practices? Uh-huh. So those are the points that we need to check here on your learning product for week 15. And here I have my example that I'm going to read. But, well, remember, when you want to do something, when you want to do I mean everything. If you are doing a writing, if you are going to create a video, if you are going to create an audio, what do we have to do? We have to plan and we have to kind of do a draft. A draft is something that you can write your ideas, and then you go back to add or to change the things you need. Then you check that again. That's a draft. Sometimes even on a school they ask you for your draft, and then you create the final product that in this case will be the recording. But that applies for many things. When you have the chance, to create this draft first, do it. And little by little, you are going to see, okay, uh, I didn't need to change anything from my draft, but you have really clear what you have to do and all of your ideas. So my example is the importance of the internet currently in my life. I want to share with you about the importance of the internet for my life. Currently, I consider internet one of the most important tools for me. Internet means a way to be connected with the whole world, but also a way to learn much more. Okay, I'm going to begin again because I didn't like that part. I want to share with you about the importance of the internet for my life. Currently, I consider internet one of the most important tools for me. Internet means a way to be connected with the whole world, but also a way to learn much more. Internet was made many years ago and nobody knew all the uses it will have. I usually visit websites related to education to be able to do my homework and work. I also visit entertainment sites, for example, Netflix. Pages are being used for better purposes now to allow people to continue their education. I study using the internet and using all the possible resources. On my master degree, we use digital libraries and we also have online live sessions with our assessors. Forums are also being used. I suggest to students that they pay attention when they are studying. They need to focus on what they are doing. It is easy to be distracted on your digital devices, but you need to only study in your school hours. Mhm. And well, I think this is like a pretty general idea. And I think it's really important to know that it is possible. It is possible to use the internet for more than Netflix, games, and etc. No, there's a whole world of there are so many things that can be carried out through the internet. So we have the tools. Now let's use them wisely. Mhm. So this is my example. And now I need to give you the link for your attendance. So now, questions with your product or with something that you have any other doubt? Thank you, Luis. Okay, Dulce. For this homework, is it necessary to eliminate or skip the by in the passive voice? Maybe in this case it is because you are going to do it, Dulce. It's like this case, like the case of here. Huh? So you're going to talk about you and things that you use. For example, forums are being used. And sometimes you don't need it, but depends on your sentence. But I think in most of them you're not going to need it, Dulce. Creo que en la mayoría no se va a necesitar. Ajá. You're not going to use it. Bye. Yeah, no problem, Dulce. Thank you. You're welcome. So, any other question? Thank you, Mauri. Okay. So then I will let you go, my dear students. Thank you, Pau. And I want to close my session with this. Education is not the answer to the question. Education is the means to the answer to all questions. Interesting, no? William Allen said this. And well, thank you, Paola, Mauri, Dulce, Luis Adrián, Anthony, Sergio, Miguel Ángel, Jesús Yair, Magali. Thank you so much for being with me for another week, for giving me your time, your attention, and everything. And we are we are so close to the end. Just work hard, and you see we are going to enjoy the summer. The summer. I'm thinking about the summer or what? I think I'm thinking about the summer because I'm kind of cold right now. But if we work hard, we are going to enjoy the winter break, the winter vacations, and the winter holidays, the holidays that are coming soon. So just try and do it just for a little bit more, and then you will have a really, really well deserved break. Thank you so much. I will be in contact if you have anything to say, if you need anything, just let me know. You can write an email to me and I will answer as soon as possible. So, thank you so much, and see you soon. Bye bye.